All right, hello and welcome. I'm Jonathan Mashak. I am going to be going over some things with you, showing you my process as I'm working on this um, children's book of mine. I want to apologize for not being, um, I guess, more active on here to the people who do follow me. You know, I didn't understand that this is a community. Just quite honestly speaking, the way I saw it was just like, hey, I'm gonna post something, and I want you guys to like it or to appreciate it, but not necessarily let you into who I am or what I'm doing. And I don't know why, um, but I guess I'm a little, um, I guess, reluctant to just put myself out there like that. Um, I come from a place where, you know, growing up, you gave somebody too much information about you, they'll use it against you, which is kind of messed up. It's like, you don't want to, it's not good to be in that kind of environment, which is one of the reasons why I don't live there anymore. So anyway, um, so what I'm doing right now is just kind of making sure this is looking okay for me. But this is the beginning of a illustration that I'm working on. I've been working on this book. It's a Ralphie's Foxtails story. For those of you who don't know, Ralphie's Foxtails is um, the first book series that I created. It was the first Ralphie's Foxtails, A Practical Joke, was the first book that I've ever published, and I mean I started like I published it at the age of 19. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I had just learned Adobe Illustrator, not InDesign. Like it should have been InDesign that I was using, but I was using Adobe Illustrator. For some of you who know, you know. If you know, you know. For those of you who do know, um, Adobe Illustrator is not the the application you want to use to format an entire book. But I did it. I did it, and it was a lot. But I took the information that I had and I used it, and because I had a passion for it and I was ready. And not that I don't still have a passion, um, but I also have responsibilities now. Back when I was younger, I didn't have the same type of responsibilities. So yeah. So anyway, hold on. Matter of fact, some of my responsibilities are making too much noise. So you might want to turn down your volume because I have to shout to these children. All right, so turn your volume down. Hey, not so loud. All right, you can turn it back up. All right, so what I'm doing right now, let me show you. So if I zoom out of here, if I decided, let's unlock that layer. If I decided to make this character's head move, and that's probably what I'll do. If I decided to make her head move, I want to be able to see under her scarf, so that her head won't move, and then you just see like empty space back there. So what I need to do is create the scarf under her as if it's actually there. So like so it'll be behind her when that time comes when I animate it. Now the original plan was not to animate this scarf, to be honest, or to animate not just a scarf, but to animate this character at all. But as I was working on it, I said I might. I, I put it like this: as I was working on this thing today, all I've been doing is changing my mind about things. Like for instance, if you look at the the sketch, the original sketch, her mouth wasn't open, but I changed my mind on that. Um, yeah, it's a bunch of little stuff that I've been doing throughout this process, and I've just been like, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to do something else. And the cool thing is being um, in charge of this and not doing it for a different company. You know, I can do that, and it being my own work, I can do it. So, you know, which is one reason why I probably don't want to do a whole lot of freelance, or probably do no freelance right now, especially not until I get to where I want to be with Holy Cow. For those of you who don't know what I mean when I say Holy Cow, it's my um, company, my publishing house, if you will, and it's it's called Holy Cow Book Publishers, and um, basically I'm doing some innovative stuff, but for some reason I'm not getting the attention that I would like to have, or the you know, yeah, the sales I would like to have either. So but that's partially my fault because I've been away and I haven't been doing much because I've been having to deal with responsibilities. But I'm also going to be making some changes this year, and part of those changes is what you're seeing right now is me being more vocal, letting you guys see exactly who I am. Um, and even though I'm showing you who I am, or sharing this part of my life with you, this is just a little piece. Stick around, you'll see some more interesting things. Trust me, I am I'm a trip, to say the least. Honey, I'm a vacation. Anyway, all right. So somebody said that to me a long time ago. I can't remember who said it, but they said, I was like, man, you a trip. This it's like they snapped their fingers. They had the whole, flamboyant thing going. They said, honey, I am a vacation. I said, yo, that is the most hilarious thing I heard all year, and I'm gonna take it. But so this is me taking that saying right now. I'm not just a trip. I'm a vacation. That thing, and that was said years ago. I don't. It could have been at least. It could have been about 10 years ago. Somebody said that to me. I never forgot it because it's just it was hilarious. But anyway, right here, the reason I'm cutting this, making this line right here is because that's where the page is going to end. Usually, what I'll do is extend it a little bit further, just so I can have more room than I originally expected. But in this case, that probably won't be necessary. Oops. Oh yeah. Sometimes I forget in Adobe Animate, you press Command Z or Control Z to undo, but when you want to redo, you don't add that Shift Command Z or Shift Control Command Z. You have to press Command Y. So that just tripped me up just now. Sometimes, sometimes you forget, especially you bouncing around programs like I do. Um, for my job, I use Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, InDesign, and Acrobat. I think those are the main ones. There are others, but I don't use the other stuff often. So, but those are the main ones. And when I say others, I'm not talking about anything special. Just talking about like um, Microsoft. And sometimes I know it's coming up at some point, or it may come up at some point. I hope it doesn't. But on my job, I may have to use PowerPoint. Ugh, PowerPoint, man, yuck. You know, there was a program, or not a program, but a website that I frowned upon like that, that turned out to be the cat's bananas. I don't know what cats around here eating bananas, but it was the cat's bananas. So that website is Canva. The first time I, saw Canva and all that, I was just like, man, I don't use that. I'm a real designer. I'm a real artist. What I'm gonna use Canva for? Then I started working on this job where you know they wanted us to use Canva for certain things, and then I started using it, and I was just like, hey, so you mean to tell me that I don't have to waste hours trying to figure out a like not figure out a design? I could just use this template. Man, Canva, Canva, I don't know what I'm saying. I was kind of, warming up to it. And then the next thing, and I'm like, so I can do this? Oh, I can do that? And, the rest is history. So, um, for those people who want to be graphic artists and graphic designers, I got to tell you, you got it bad right now. It was rough for me to get into the field. Um, it was real hard, actually. Um, I I taught animate. I'll say animation. I taught graphic design before I was able to get into the graphic design field, which is wild. That is crazy. How I'm gonna teach it, and I never done it full time as well as other as anything other than freelance. I did freelance, and that was about it. Um, but I didn't get into the field until after I I started teaching. So, um, which is crazy. I was working at this news company, and which was one of my one of my best jobs, I would say. Um, not just the job itself, but even having a great mentor there. There's not a whole lot of people that I would consider a mentor, but this guy was, and he taught me a lot. He would probably say that I came knowing a lot, but at the same time, the stuff that he taught me helped helped me get out of the whole just a graphic designer, you know, because that's why it's hard for graphic designers now, is because a lot of them don't want to do anything but design. But in this field, you have to be a designer, a photographer, an animator, a videographer. You have to have multiple skills. You have to know some UI, UX. You have to know some web. You have to know a lot of stuff. If you want your career to be successful, you have to know marketing. You have to know copywriting. You have to know a lot of different things, or at least know a little bit about a lot of different things. So, and I think that's what made my career as successful as it is, um, or it has been so far. And I'm thankful for that. Even though I'm working on my calling, um, like with this, you know, illustrating this book and working on this book, writing and illustrating books, which is also which is my calling. I you know it's it's still I'm still thankful to have the career that I had so far. You know, yeah, just being able to make a living with art. Because everybody can't say that they make a living doing the things they like to do, and that's a blessing in itself. So I'm almost done with this part. Let's copy that color. Oh, what happened there? All right, so now, yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. And so let's test it out real quick. So if I lock this layer and I come over here and I rotate this, there we go. Yep. Now, if I really want to be safe, then I'll come in here and draw a little neck nub. That sounds stupid. Neck nub. So I'll draw this neck nub. If you agree that neck nub is hilarious, just write neck nub in the comments. Somebody's coming up to my office right now. It's probably gonna be my wife. No, this baby girl. Hey, I'm recording right now. Go back downstairs, okay? I'm coming. I'll come and say goodnight. All right. So there's the neck nub. Neck nub. So if you think that's hilarious, write neck nub in the comments. All right. So let's look at this. If I rotate this and or if I want to lift this up a little bit, I have the neck nub there to kind of hold me down, and you can kind of see that right here. All right, so I don't like the way the neck nub is positioned, so what I'm going to do, lock this back, and I'm just going to shift this a little bit, and I'm going to round that off like this, and there we go. It's a little bit more believable. Okay, and that's about it. So I'll just need to make this into a symbol. So I'll go to modify, convert to symbol, and I've been doing, okay, so I haven't worked on this file in a long time, and I came back in and saw my filing method, and this is page 45. So I'm gonna name it P45 and then say what it is. It's bunny body. Badu body. All right, so now that I have that, this counts as the full scene. So, because I'm gonna do the backgrounds in a different program. So what I'll do is first name this layer bunny body. I could have just named it body. Wasting time. All right, so select both of those layers, and then I'm gonna right click and convert layers to symbol, and I'm just gonna call it P45, P45, and then I'm gonna name this full, oops, lowercase, full scene. And then later I can animate it however I want to. Let's bring that back down. Oh, you know what? That might be the animation. So she might just say, oh, oh, and then turns and, oh, like, why not? Why not? Yeah, but we'll see. We shall see. I wasn't originally going to animate that, but I think I will now. But anyway, it's been fun chatting with you guys. I feel like I've been less productive because I'm chatting while I'm working. Normally I'm quiet while I'm working and I'm focused. but yeah, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be checking them later. I appreciate you. Oh yeah, so before I go, I forgot. This is important. So how am am I gonna say this? All right, so holycowkids.com is the website where this book will be posted. There's a free plan, so I'm not asking you to pay for anything. So if you go to holycowkids.com, basically you'll be able to click on members, or you hover your mouse over members, and or you click on members and you'll go to read. You click on read, and you'll see that as a non-member you won't be able to get in. But if you just click on or sign up for the free plan, then you can go in and look at my current books. And a lot of the kids' books, or little kids' books, are interactive. So those interactive books have sound and touch response and animation. Not every one of them, but some of them do. And then there's some that even have games. So those would be, pretty dope. Um, they're pretty dope. But this is the first one that I'm doing where the story itself will be animated. And it's a lot. I think it's going to be a total of 63 pages. So I'm on 45. So I got most of it done, and I'm on my way. So it'll be done this year. So also subscribe. I am close to 1,000, I guess, more than halfway to 1,000. So if you subscribe to the channel, I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. And yeah, I'm gonna make this more of a community this year. So um, you want to stick around because I'm gonna be doing some really cool things. One thing that's in the works is me doing some book readings um, for some various places for absolutely free. We're just free book readings, um, and it's probably going to be for this year, throughout the whole year. I'm just going to be doing some free book readings. Not saying that I'm not going to take money if somebody asks. Say, hey, can you come out for money? Like, yes, I can. But but the ones that I'm going to target will be for people, for probably for communities who wouldn't normally have book readings, um, like at least not a lot. So yeah, I'm live. Smile, you're on candid camera. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna sign off. This is my first time doing live this way, so I appreciate you who stuck around. And yeah, check out holycowkids.com if you get a chance. And um, if you, I don't see that anybody wrote Nick Nub in the comments, so apparently it wasn't as funny as I thought. So anyway, peace, much love to you. Thank you for watching.